All right, so we're a little over a week away from the release of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and reviews are already starting to trickle in. The official embargo isn't supposed to be lifted until Monday, but a few of them have already leaked out of Europe, including one from a French magazine and one from a Spanish magazine. So I'm going to basically dissect these reviews the best I can. They're obviously translated, so a little of it, I assume, has been lost in translation, but we're going to dissect these a bit, and then I'm going to give you my predictions on what I think most of the reviews are going to look like come Monday. And obviously, reviews don't really matter. I know, whatever the reviews say, this is going to be a spectacular game. Metal Gear Solid fans are going to love it. The gameplay, as we've already seen from Ground Zeroes and as we've already played, is fantastic. It's going to be a great game. So will it be 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10? We're going to have to wait to see. I have a feeling of what it probably is going to get from most of the sites based on what I've seen here and kind of based on what we've seen from videos and stuff they've released. But anyway, before I get to that, let me dissect these. So from the French magazine, they basically gave it a 17 out of 20, and they said, rich gameplay, but also some tedious missions. A plot which promises so much and delivers so few. Metal Gear Solid 5 is as impressive as it leaves you unsatisfied. A good game, but one difficult to understand. Could it be Kojima's last mystery? This is certainly interesting because it's never really stated whether this reviewer is a fan of the series or not. They say that a plot which promises so much and delivers so few. Could it be that the reviewer didn't understand what was going on, or were they a fan of the series and it did not live up to what it was supposed to be? This is supposed to be, the final. Well, the last game was the final, chapter in the saga. And now this is now the final chapter in the saga. So it's going to be certainly interesting to see how accurate this statement is. We haven't really seen anything on this game. I mean, we've seen some missions, we've seen some gameplay. I mean, we've seen a lot of gameplay, but we really don't know what this game is about. I mean, we know that it's about the fall of Big Boss, but we don't really have a whole lot to go off of if you really think about it. Spoiler alert here, for Metal Gear Solid 4, we had no idea that you went to Shadow Moses at the end of the game. And I love that. That was really cool that when you got to that point in the game, it was certainly a really cool surprise to see that happen. And I'm certainly expecting that from Metal Gear Solid 5. I don't believe we've seen much on this game. I think there's going to be places you go in this game, characters you meet that we don't know about. And I love that. But hopefully that these things do deliver. This is Kojima we're talking about here. This game has been in the making for 7 years. He does not make games... I don't think he makes games for money. He makes games because he's passionate about it, and he takes as much time as he wants. I'm sure that's probably one of the reasons why Konami was upset with him, but that's a topic for another video, the whole Konami fiasco. So anyway, let's take a look at the Spanish magazine. So they said the magazine awards The Phantom Pain a score of 97 out of 100. While the Spanish translation isn't too good in the game, the magazine also claims it's not as moving as other Metal Gear Solid titles. Then again, the reviewer also states that the plot twist will destroy all expectations and will be a big conversation subject in the community. He then goes on to call this the best stealth game yet, though the fact that he's a big Metal Gear Solid fan could be a factor here. So this is certainly interesting. He says it's not as moving as other Metal Gear Solid titles, but the twist destroys all expectations. So this is certainly confusing. I know the twist in Metal Gear Solid 4 at the end was certainly, we didn't see that one coming. But I like that he says it's a big conversation subject in the community. I wonder what that will mean. Again, going back, we don't know what's going to happen in this game. This Kojima he's planning things. He's got shit up his sleeve that we have no idea. I know a lot of people were upset that David Hayter was not going to be the voice of Big Boss in this game, but you know what? I probably wouldn't be surprised if he showed up. I have no idea what he's going to pull. We thought Big Boss was dead for, since Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, and then he just shows up in Metal Gear Solid 4. So, I can tell you this. This is going to be a great game. It's going to be a fun game. It's going to be, the stealth is going to be amazing, as we've seen in Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes. This is going to be a great game. I'm super stoked for it. September 1st cannot come soon enough. And whether this game is going to get perfect reviews or 9 out of 10s, we'll have to wait and see. My prediction, based on what we've seen in these two reviews, I can definitely see the game getting 9 out of 10s. I don't know if it's... For me, my personal favorite game in the series is Metal Gear Solid 4. I know many would disagree, but to me, that game is perfection. It's the best game on the PS3. So will this game be as good. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, stay tuned to the channel. We're going to have a lot more Metal Gear Solid stuff here in the coming week. I'm going to be getting the collector's edition of the game, and there's going to be a lot of footage here, a lot of gameplay, a lot of discussion. So it's certainly an exciting time to be a Metal Gear Solid fan. And yeah, stay tuned.